Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about how Elon Musk is going to break Twitter.
Oh, they're not happy.
No, they're not. Some blue checks, very, very not happy with Elon Musk. A lot of people angry that Elon Musk has anything to do with Twitter. It's like the worst case scenario for them, except for that other guy.
Yeah.
That other guy coming back. That is the absolute worst case scenario. But he is throwing some ideas out there, including giving blue checks to anyone who signs up for Twitter Blue. So when everyone's super, no one is.
Right. So, of course, the blue checks are having a meltdown because I'm special because I got a blue check. Never mind that some of those blue checks are simply because they wrote one article for one outlet one time.
Yeah. But regardless of... Yeah, it's so weird how they hand that out, right? Mm-hmm. Regardless of what happens with Twitter, it is going to be a radically different platform. I think by the time Elon Musk gets done with it, and people are like, well, he's only got 9.2%. That's it. It's not a big deal. And the same people were saying, hey, he's never going to get appointed to the board of directors. And like a day later, he was on the board of directors. And now we have The Information, which is a left-leaning tech blog, saying that they should just go ahead and make him the CEO already because he's already acting like it.
Yep.
This is definitely going to change things. I can't say if it's going to change things for the better, having one person have that much control over a social media platform, but I'm kind of delighted that Twitter is so ass mad about it because it is a toxic platform.
It is. But before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 262,000 subs. Yay!
Thank you so much for the support. Please check and make sure that you're subscribed because...
Yeah, it's been really weird lately.
It has been really weird. I've actually seen in real time, YouTube take away a couple of subs and then put them back. I'm like, what is going on here? What's going on here?
Don't know. I have
know.
my suspicious, but that's another story entirely.
Something's up last week or so.
But back to the point of this. What's interesting to me, though, is the people that are having a fit about it, about blue checks, or just about in general, like that he's been making comments about things like making sure that by giving people Twitter Blue or having blue checks that you're validated, that you are you. So it would decrease the amount of bots and fake accounts. If you aren't doing anything that you're having like 10 or 20, 100 different accounts for, that you think, then you should be fine with it. Like, okay, I'm me and no one can steal my identity. And, unless you're misusing the platform, why would you be concerned about that?
Yeah, that's actually my biggest complaint about Twitter is, beyond the fact that it's ground zero for cancel culture, part of the reason it is ground zero for cancel culture is you can have one person have 50 different alt accounts and make it seem like there's an angry mob. When in reality, it's one person.
Like one dude and like his 5 real friends and then, hundreds of fake accounts.
Right. And they can get stuff trending that way too, which we've seen with, vocal fans for different cartoon shows and whatever.
Well, I know that there are different companies that will offer to boost your tweets or different things using their fake accounts. And companies will actually pay to be trending because they can do it with all these fake accounts.
Yep. And that is a huge problem. So if he can fix that, that might bring some people back to Twitter. I think he noted, and we're going to talk about this, that a lot of celebrities are stepping back from Twitter too because they know damn well they're going to get canceled.
Right, if you say the wrong thing, if you look the wrong way, if you don't say the right thing at the right time, or don't say it exactly verbatim as you should.
Yeah.
Canceled.
Yep. So, we're gonna talk about this. And yeah, we've been talking a lot about Elon Musk and Twitter, but Twitter is again ground zero for cancel culture. I said cancer culture or cancel culture. It's all the same.
You said cancel, but yes, it's
cancel culture, which is cancer, and Twitter, needs to be reformed or destroyed. I mean, it cannot stay in the current state that it's in.
No.
It's not sustainable. It's a joke. It's a dumpster fire. So anyway, he put this out last night. I love this. I love it.
Yeah, no, you're happily skipping along as this because you're just happy people are getting pissed.
Yeah, I am.
It's not even because it's Elon Musk. You're just happy they're getting pissed.
Well, people are like, you're just going to quit Twitter again anyway. I'm like, I might, but they can't have it either. So whatever.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
I just want to see happiness and cat videos again. I want to make joy, popular again.
Well, that's not going to happen on any social media platform beyond the first couple of months. Anyway, Musk put out, everyone who signs up for Twitter Blue, pays $3 a month, should get an authentication check mark.
Right, because you have to authenticate who you are.
Right.
And that would dissuade people from, because a lot of these people are like the kinds that don't want to spend money. So I like Twitter because it's free. I'm going to scream when Twitter's not free because I can't have my 100 alt accounts if Twitter isn't free. So you're not going to have someone with like 50 alt accounts because they don't want to pay how much money a month, $150, $200 a month to have their, fake accounts.
Yeah, I think it should be like one user per email address or whatever. You have to verify it. So you theoretically could...
But you could go make a bunch of email addresses.
Yeah, you could. But you could go through your timeline and be like, I am not accepting replies or retweets or whatever from anyone that doesn't have a verification of some kind that I know that they're a real person, Blue already has a modifiable 20-second time to edit tweets. That's true. No ads. The power of corporations to dictate policy is greatly enhanced if Twitter depends on advertising to survive. That would be Facebook.
That's true. Yeah, well, yeah. Like if companies are buying you off, they can dictate what can and can't be shown.
Right. It should be different from public figure or official account checkmark. So he's talking anyone who has Twitter Blue probably should get a blue check, but if you're actually a notable public figure, you might get an additional verification.
Right, which I agree with that. Let's talk for a moment about how ridiculous it is about blue checks. I mean, it is absolutely bullshit. Like, there are people, and I'm not kidding, they wrote one article once on some site like Kotaku or something, and then they get a blue check for it. Meanwhile, yes, I am personally salty about this. They will not give us a blue check. We have people imitate us, mock us. We have trademarks on names. We have, all kinds of, different things, and we have actual legitimate news outlets and things, for Disney or whatever, and they will not give us a check.
I think the reason they're not doing it is there are people at Twitter that don't like us. I think we've gotten lumped in with the wrong thinkers or whatever, and it doesn't matter what hoops you jump through. They're just like, yeah,
right. That's why I'm saying that's an issue, because it needs to be even, and that's not even, and I have a problem with that.
Yeah, it's so weird because other platforms we've gotten, Clownfish TV in particular, we've gotten it verified pretty much everywhere else except for Twitter, and I don't know what hoops you have to jump through, but then you see someone who wrote one article for Kotaku and has 1,000 followers and that's it.
If that. A lot of times they have a couple hundred.
Yeah, and they get the blue check. Because again, it depends on who's doling out the blue checks, what their agenda is. But it sounds like with Musk being at Twitter, a lot of these people are going to quit anyway and not go to work for Substack.
And I do think I do think that the public feature and official account checkmarks need to exist as well, because people do imitate. Like, we've seen different big time Twitter, YouTube people that people have made fake accounts and tried to pretend to be them. And people have fallen for it, and it's gone. They've done phishing scams and different things like that with these poor people. So I do think that you really do need to differentiate that to make sure people know that I'm following this 10 million subscriber YouTube channel, that there's actually that person. So I think they do need to make sure they distinguish that.
Yeah, he said it would massively expand the verified pool, make bot armies too expensive to maintain.
Yes, exactly.
So what happens if you have a monthly subscription and then you end it? Would people still be able to keep their verification? He says it should go away or scammers will game the system by signing up for only a few months. That's true. Mr. Beast jumps in. I know Life Twitter, and I didn't even know Twitter Blue was a thing. So a lot of people don't even use it that much, and it's come up before that a lot of celebrities are leaving. This article here talking about the vision Elon Musk has for Twitter. He said that there are a lot of people that don't use it anymore. He said he expressed concern many of the most followed accounts on Twitter tweet rarely and post very little content. Is Twitter dying? Taylor Swift hasn't posted anything in 3 months, and Justin Bieber only posted once this entire year.
I can tell you why. One, they're afraid of getting canceled. Two, it's a toxic cesspool of bullshit. And it's mostly, and I think a lot of the problem is the massive amount of bot accounts.
Yeah.
And, people just get a hair up their ass about something someone said or did, and then they just, take all their accounts and get their few friends and take all their accounts and then start harassing people and then trying to say, look, this is what people want or people think. But it's not indicative of actual people.
Right. And Twitter has had entirely too much power, too much influence for a platform that most real people don't use. I mean, the only people that really use or listen to Twitter are people that are into internet culture, celebrities, marketing firms, activists. Real people don't use Twitter. More real people use something like Facebook, or just, have the common sense to stay off of social media.
Yeah,
completely.
they talk to people in person, or, know.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be really interesting. It's definitely going to break things. Other proposals. Musk asked his followers whether Twitter should convert its headquarters in San Francisco to a homeless shelter since nobody shows up anyway.
Oh, that's funny.
91% of his followers voted yes. So,
well, see, to be fair, though, you're talking about his followers. And if you're following Elon Musk, it's probably because you agree with what he says or that you have similar opinions.
It means you're an alt-right shitlord.
No, I like that better than Nazi. No, what I'm saying is, you can't really go by for example, if we would poll people on whether or not, Disney Star Wars sucked, our poll is going to reflect that, most everybody says it does, because it does. But, it's not really truly indicative. If we posted to everyone and everyone saw it, maybe only 85% would agree that, it sucked instead of the 95 to 100% that would agree if we posted it.
Yeah, so you're playing to your audience, right?
Right.
He asked if we should delete the W in Twitter and call it Titter instead. So anyway, this is interesting, though. They're even calling out in the information of they should just go ahead and make him CEO. He's acting like the CEO. He's acting like Twitter is his startup.
It's kind of funny. He's just, I'm cleaning up this shit. All I keep thinking, I keep saying this to you, but this reminds me of Caddyshack. But you had the elitist, at the country club, the blue checks, and then he comes in and turns it into a mini golf course. And I see the good and the bad in that at the same time. But I'm just that's what it kind of reminds me of.
When people can buy verification, it becomes meaningless. This is so Trumpian. This is so Trumpian.
No, he's not saying you can buy verification. What he's saying is you pay the $3, but it has to verify who you are. Because when you have to pay for something, you have to have an address, a name. You're accountable for what you're saying. You can't just be like, oh, looky, I'm just going to be anonymous and no one will know who I am. It's a little more accountability there. That's why we changed some of our comment aggregators on our sites, because if you didn't, people were just going in and they weren't verified. So anybody could go in and say, I'm Mr. Poopy Head 5,000 and post whatever shit they wanted, and then you can't do anything about it. Well, now you have to sign up. You have to give it, a name and address verification for you to even comment.
God, I love this, though. I love watching people. Yeah, we did that because we did have a lot of spam. We had a lot of people using old accounts. Now, every comment, on our website, you have to have a registered email address, and we do get your IP just in case, so that way if somebody says or does something stupid, same with it, people send us emails too, they don't realize.
Oh, they don't realize you can track that back.
Yeah, or every email we get, if it doesn't have an IP associated with it or it thinks it's a fake IP, the server kicks it out. So
we don't even see how.
We don't even see most of the hate mail anymore.
If it's a fake account or one of those ones where they hide your identity, it just gets kicked.
Oh yeah, we don't get any of that shit anymore. It gets kicked. This is funny though. They're losing their shit. I love it. I see here's a blue check. Screenwriter and author, Rogue One, The Book of Eli. Oh, okay. Star Wars Rebels, Batman.
Somebody who should have a blue check.
Yeah. But I see the absolutely terrible ideas.
Right, because they don't want their rest of blue check, because then their blue check isn't so special.
Christian band, Eve 6. Brand account, apparently. What could possibly go wrong, says journalist. Says the journalist. What could possibly go wrong? People were asking if they can pay in Dogecoin. I think that's
God, that's even funnier, because that'll...
Did you get a little doggy? Did you get a little doggy if you pay?
God, that's funny.
I would do it just to...
he's going to do something like that, right?
He's going to absolutely do it. They've already got 1 foot into the NFT space. They're already letting you have an NFT avatar, which, God, I'm so tempted to do it. Just to fuck with people. You know what? Oh, I just killed a tree.
Oh, this dude is a silly James Bond villain.
Which makes him very dangerous.
Right, because he's coming in, taking over Twitter. He's the James Bond villain. Remember that James Bond villain who used to go around and start stuff like, buildings on fire and stuff like that, then act like, he was the one that their news source was there first. But it turned out
Tomorrow Never Does.
Yeah, it turned out they were the ones causing it.
Yes.
That's what Twitter reminds me of.
That is the media.
Because and the media in general, because they're like the Twitter and the media are like, synonymous with each other at this point, and certain political views are definitely pushed further to the top than others.
Yeah.
And certain things, like certain opinions and certain things that are being said are allowed to be posted. And then when other things come out, even if it's factual and true, I mean, not everything that's posted, of course, is factual. There's a lot of shit that shouldn't come out because it's lies. But I'm talking about factual stuff that they have evidence of. If they were hiding it. Yeah. It was just like the James Bond villain. And then they're like talking about Elon Musk being the James Bond villain. I just think that's funny.
Yeah, he's the villain we need. He's the villain we need.
I don't know about that, but
it's regardless of how you feel about it, right? Personally, I am delighted because
I can tell you're practically skipping.
Absolutely hate Twitter. I hate what it's become, and I would
just want to see it go into chaos more.
I would love to see the chaos ensue. I just want to see.
You want popcorn to watch it burn?
Yes, I want to watch it burn. Do I think it can be saved? I
honestly don't know if it can be.
I don't know if it can be.
If I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if it can be. Well, here's the thing. One of the things that's keeping them up and keeping people invested and keeping their stock up was the fact they have they're boasting so many subscribers or users or whatever. But the problem is they already said they think about half of the accounts aren't even real.
Yeah.
So if they would come in and clean that up, it's going to tank their stock. So I just don't know how you can do this. It's like you can take a scalpel to it, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. You'd pretty much have to cut it all off except for like a little nub and start again. Nub it. Nub.
I just wonder, nub. I just don't know if Twitter's going the way of MySpace, because like MySpace still exists, but in a very, very different form from where it was, 10, 15 years ago. And I think Twitter is going that way. Facebook, people are leaving Facebook. And pretty much, whenever a social media platform has a massive amount of influence over pop culture, over society, it becomes corrupted. That's just the way it is. Everybody could leave Twitter and go start a new social media platform, and it could be fine for the first year or two, and then it could go downhill as more people come in and abuse the system.
Well, what we're going to sum it up as is people that are complaining, I think, are one of two types of people. They're either the people that have blue checks and think that they're elitist and they're special and they're mad because they don't feel special as special. And the other group is people who don't want to pay for it, and they just want it. They're just like, I don't want to have to pay for all my old accounts.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. Those are the two people that seem to be having the biggest meltdown over it.
Good, because those are the people that need to go. The people with the old accounts need to go. And I think we'll see exactly where Twitter really is, because I think we're getting a very distorted view of what people on Twitter think because of all the old accounts and the bot accounts and the
censorship
and the shadow banning and all this shit.
I just love how, some facts were, the facts are just dependent on who you ask, especially on Twitter. And if it leans to one narrative, it's always factual, even if it's not. And if it's anything else, they don't even let you see it, even if there's evidence of it. And this is coming from somebody who's in the middle and it's weird.
It's weird. It's weird, and I think more people are starting to notice.
I just think it should be even across the board. I don't think it should be. I think it should just be everything's enforced evenly.
Yeah.
That's how I think it should be. I don't think it should lean either way. I think it should be, there's rules and everything is enforced evenly, no matter which way you lean, no matter which extremist, is we're talking about. It should be just.
All the crazies on both sides. Get the hell off of Twitter.
I just think it should be, it should just be, everything should be handed evenly.
I think this is fine. There should be a different color authentication check mark for the poor people. Ooh. This guy, though, said is Prague is still CEO, and that's what they said here. They're basically like, he's basically sending signals. He wants to be in charge of Twitter, from polling users about their views of company policies and product features to musing to people on phone calls that maybe he should try to buy the company. Now he's talking to staff.
Yeah, I knew that.
You can see how this will play out over the next couple of weeks. He clearly has a clout to get his way on things at Twitter. The CEO, I think, is Parag Agrawal, after all, is essentially just a hired hand, whereas Musk is the biggest shareholder. So unless the company makes Musk CEO, we're in for months of media leaks detailing the way he's pulling the strings at the company, which won't be fun. Yeah, he's totally. This is him buying the company.
Or doing something.
He's doing something. He's up to
Hostile
something.
takeover of some kind.
Hostile takeover, but with more memes.
Most of us are just going to sit back with popcorn and watch the whole thing burn.
Or maybe it could be amazing. Maybe by the time they're done with it, it'll... who am I kidding?
Make cat videos fun again.
Yeah. All right, we got to wrap this up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Now he's just tasty, delicious, rotten flesh meat, which I can consume. Don't read into it too much.
Just like our museum, the cafe, it's open and brewster is eager to serve. I don't think this was in the show. Run. Oh, you got splatted. Oh, she was begging and you kicked her in the face.
I don't care.
Hey guys, Squid King here, and today we're in a...
Not girl boss at all. She is not a material girl.
She is not. Oh, it's Christmas time here in your mom. Nobody wants to join your mom.
What?
Like, I can't even cook kid cuisine right. I would last about 2 minutes with Gordon Ramsay.
What? Where is he?
He's hiding. He's hiding from you.
Better.
Oh my God, you got the axe.
Walker, does this look like Steven Universe? Let me punch him! Well, I'm just here for the wax. Right where you belong.
Get in the dirt.
Well, that was a combination of events I probably shouldn't have put together. Anyways, let's open this bottle too.
Chica Pinata. Is that official?
Oh, no.
There's a bootleg.
Hello. Ooh, sorry.
Hey guys, it's Diamond Tool.
Let's make a farm.
Like and subscribe and buy my merch.
I mean, while you're here, you guys should like really like and subscribe and buy our merch, all of which we have.
That is true. You can't run them carrying trash. You can get away with one F-bomb per PG-13 movie.
I wish I'd known that sooner.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to wrap this effer up.
Yes.